important note, the doles appear to have been taken down from the pond fence. It looks very much as though they might be jumping it. As they jump the first fence, meanwhile, Edredon Bleu on the inside, Senkos in the red sleeve jacket out wide on the right, also nose-banded as Fadalko on the extreme right, the white-faced Latin Lomney, and then Flagship Uberalles in the stars and stripe jacket and Desert Mountain over on the inside. So racing past the stands then with a circuit to go in this Mitsubishi Shogun Tingle Creek Trophy chase, and the 6 runners covered by 2 or 3 lengths passing the judge, with Fadalko on the outside, Edredon Bleu up the inner, and Senkos between the pair. Then Latin Lomney out wide, followed by Flagship Uberalles, the winner in 99 and 2000, and Desert Mountain is just last of the 6. Beginning to run downhill, a right-hand turn and a plain fence going towards the back straight. And if they take that pond fence, which it looks very much as though they're going to do, they'll jump 13 in all over a very fast 2 miles here, albeit in testing conditions. Down the hill, Fadalko, Senkos, Edredon Bleu on the inside, Latin Lomney on the extreme right, and then just in behind them, the nose-banded Flagship Uberalles, who nodded on landing, and Desert Mountain on the inside in the orange jacket, turning right-handed down the back straight. A real test of jumping down here. 7 fences coming quite close together. One horse that usually jumps well is Edredon Bleu, and he lands just ahead of Fadalko. Desert Mountain in third, and then Senkos, Latin Lomney and Flagship Uberalles over the next. All safely over that, and all well grouped once again. The next is an open ditch. Edredon Bleu by a half length going into this, pops over ahead of Fadalko, the 2 horses that clashed so memorably here last spring. Will they have another struggle today? Senkos in third, and then Latin Lomney and Desert Mountain and Flagship Uberalles. The water jump, Edredon Bleu pops over ahead with Senkos, the horse that landed awkwardly there and drops away to be last. And the rider appears to have a problem, just lost his stirrup iron for a second as they jump the first of the railway fences. Edredon Bleu from Fadalko, and then Flagship Uberalles just waiting in behind them. Out wide is Latin Lomney in the middle of the 3 railway fences. Great jump by Edredon Bleu there, but Fadalko's right there with him as they jump the last in the back straight. McCoy really firing Edredon Bleu at that last fence down the back, but Fadalko's right alongside. Flagship Uberalles is now being pushed along to try and close on the front pair by Robert Widger. Desert Mountain is fourth. Latin Lomney is hard driven too by Vinnie Keane as they turn back towards the home straight. Senkos out the back as they run towards the third last, the pond fence. Edredon Bleu with Fadalko on his outside. Flagship Uberalles now challenging up the inside as they run down to 3 out, and the crowd sensing another memorable finish here at Sandown, and Flagship Uberalles comes there to take over now. Flagship Uberalles has quickened up well, lands 2 or 3 lengths ahead all of a sudden from Fadalko and Edredon Bleu, who's struggling in the ground. They make the final turn, and it's Flagship Uberalles who's got a good lead now with 2 fences left to jump. Flagship Uberalles, a great jump there. Edredon Bleu and Fadalko seem to be playing for places now, because Flagship Uberalles approaches the final fence with an 8-length lead over Edredon Bleu. Here's the last then for Flagship Uberalles, the winner in 1999 and in 2000. Edredon Bleu is trying to close the gap in second place, but it all looks in vain because Flagship Uberalles is bouncing right back to his best here. He's 3 or 4 lengths clear of the valiant Edredon Bleu, and Flagship Uberalles wins it again from Edredon Bleu. In third is Fadalko, fourth then Senkos, Latin Lomney, and Desert Mountain was last of the 6. Flagship Uberalles, the 7-2 winner for the 3rd time in this Tingle Creek Trophy chase. He's been won by many of the great 2-mile chasers in the last 20 years. Horses like News King, Desert Orchid, Waterloo Boy and Sound Man. But now Flagship Uberalles rates ahead of the lot of them with this 3rd victory here this afternoon. For a 3rd trainer as well. In 1999, Paul Nicholls was the man that sent him out to win. Noel Chance in 2000, and now Philip Hobbs gaining his 2nd big race win in the last couple of weeks, having won the Hennessy Gold Cup with What's Up Boys. Flagship Uberalles in the Stars and Stripes colours, and Messrs E. Guttner and Mike Krzysztofiak racing. A memorable win for young Robert Widger. A big race chance for him, and he seized the opportunity jumping the third last, taking over there, and Flagship Uberalles was always going to win from then on. He was too strong for Edredon Bleu.
Flagship Uberalles wins it for the third time, 130 at Cheltenham last year, 3-1 favourite here 2 years ago, and backed on the course from 9-2 into 7-2, clear second favourite. That Flagship Uberalles, it was generally a 4-1 chance in the opposite this morning. The runner-up, Edredon Bleu, returned the uneasy 6-5 favourite. Fadalko was third at 5-1, and Letalomni was a 9-2 chance. But that Flagship Uberalles, what a tremendous, imperious performance it gave here.